Well, I was very proud of our campaign's focus on the issues and on projecting a positive message. I know there's a long tradition of politicians conceding defeat graciously, applauding the winner, showing them great respect. This campaign was about changing direction, about changing course, about thinking in new ways. So I'm going to keep to that tradition with our campaign. And, like I said, politicians are supposed to concede defeat graciously. I'm changing course. Not this candidate. I concede defeat begrudgingly and with much hostility. Well, sure, we focused on the issues and we tried to project a positive message. What I've learned from all this is that was clearly the wrong approach. So next year, I'm committed to dedicating significantly more of my time and effort to attack ads and smear campaigns against my fellow professors. I mean, this is Louisiana after all. Secondly, we need to do better research and fact-checking. I don't know if you know, our 6-point plan was only 5 points. I mean, someone's got to do those kinds of things. Our award-winning campaign poster, which I was very proud of, used images that were not recognizable or relatable to a lot of our students. One of them used a still image from some movie. Another one showed it was a senator, I think, holding up a newspaper or a magazine or something like that. I mean, who was able to recognize those, So, got to do better as far as that's concerned. We also need to emphasize our credentials. Can you believe that some people questioned whether our award-winning ad campaign actually won awards? I mean, like you would question a politician about the truthfulness of his ads. We also need to stress our endorsements, which I do not think we did very well. We were endorsed by AA, by AAA, even by quadruple A and octuple A. How many people knew that? I mean, come on. Ooh, big shock. Wayne won. It's so predictable. I mean, let's give the award to the guy who continually creates student leaders on campus, who motivates his students to achieve great things in and out of the classroom, who gets students to come to LSUS and who keeps them here when they're here, who works tirelessly for LSUS and its students. I mean, enough already. Nobody likes a teacher's pet. I guess except for the students who voted for him. I don't want to cast aspersions on anybody, but let's look at Professor Hogue. The guy has forest wallpaper in his office. Is he claustrophobic or something? Our offices are very spacious. You can't see it here. I've got a pool table over in the corner over there. My hot tub is over on this side. Is he scared to be indoors? That he has to put up fake trees in his office to make it seem like it's outdoors? Something's going on there. But hey, he's the one you guys wanted to vote for. Let's just say at the outset that it's almost impossible to compete against the Hogue political machine. I'm one guy with a webcam and some bad Photoshop skills, and I got in the top 5. You can see that? Top 5. Students may not know this. Some insiders may. Professor Hogue was backed this year by the Louisiana Tech Super PAC. Yes, $7 trillion from them. I wonder why he was behind the merger. Well, $7 trillion can do that for you. He didn't run any ads. He didn't produce any posters that won awards or didn't win awards like ours did. He didn't shamelessly promote himself at all. So where's the money? Where's the $7 trillion? I think it says a lot about his ability to attract votes when he didn't have to do any of that stuff. I did all those things, and I didn't even get voted first. So, oh yes, his advantage number 2. Bob T. Oh, students love stories about Bob T. Let's talk about Bob T. He went to the movies this weekend. Bob T. met somebody. Oh, Bob T. likes Thai food. Do you want to know who Bob T. is? Let me show you. Here's Bob T. He's a truck. Your professor of the year thinks that his truck is a real person. He's delusional. But our staff did a little research on Bob T. Let's talk about Bob T. Oh, it's Bob T in Louisiana. That's an alias. What else? Robert T. we found. Roger T. in Minnesota. Roger B. in New Hampshire. You want to know his real name? You can call this breaking news here. Roberta P. Yes, Professor Hogue doesn't even know the sex of his truck. And let's do some more. Let's check out Roberta P.'s rap sheet, shall we? Let's see. Vermont, parking in a handicap spot. We head over to Arizona, blocking a fire hydrant. She had to move on from there, and we go to Nevada, speeding in a construction zone, loitering, jaywalking. Do you really want our Professor of the Year, associating with criminals like this? No, I'm just the next in a long line of really great men who have come in second. Well, I guess I don't know if I came in second. I assume I did. But who do you think of? Who do we admire? The names just roll off your mind. Great people that we admire: Dukakis, McCain, Dole. These are all great charismatic men that we all aspire to. Oh yes, and remember when Pontius Pilate asked the crowd whether they wanted to release Jesus or Barabbas? Who came in second that day? Not bad company, I don't think. Well, yes, we're not deterred by the results this year. I've started to organize a listening committee who's going to look into the viability of students being duped into voting for me again next year. We also have plans to revamp our media image and our campaign poster. I don't know how we can top the awards that we won this year. We're going to try. I've got a few in mind. I'll show you some right here. So definitely, we're going to come back next year stronger than ever. Watch out, Wayne.